Can you lock it up?
I don't know about that.
Come on now. Come on. Let's go.
You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it because just because the Browns have so many injuries, they'll come back from to a degree, but also who am I going to take in a firefight, Burrow or Baker Mayfield?
Right.
I mean, that's not even a.
I Lugs, you got to say that too. You're down on Mayfield, and so come on.
See, I don't think it'll be Mayfield. I don't think it's going to be Case Keenum from here on out.
I like Case.
I think, Case has experience.
Minneapolis Miracle. That's all I'm saying. Minneapolis Miracle.
But after it's all said and done, I still got to give Cleveland the edge just because I think, well, it depends. If the two running backs, if Hunt and Chubb come back, then they've got a shot. But if indeed those two guys can't make it back, then I would lean more towards the Bengals. But I got to go with Cleveland.
I think this is a two-team race. I think it's Cincy and Ravens. I mean, the Ravens can come back. Yep. I think Lamar again. Lamar is like Burrow. He's a true franchise quarterback. Like he can keep him around. Like I said, I mean, I know this last few weeks has been crapping on Baker Mayfield to an extent, but it's like kind of like we were all saying. Like Case Keenum is solid.
He is.
I mean, he's a reliable quarterback. But I'm not disagreeing with you all that maybe he's better option than Baker Mayfield for the rest of the season. So what's that say for a guy who's about to get paid? He shouldn't get paid. That's what it is.
I agree with that.
So
what other games you want to cover
he's
today?
He's not going to get paid. Kansas City, I think we hit on there.
What about
it? But that was I think that the offense is trying to do too much. And I think they miss Watkins because you can double Kelsey and Hill and shut them down. And what happened to what is it, Edwards-Helaire or Helaire-Edwards, whatever?
Well, he's out with
what
MCL.
Happened to that guy?
He's out with MCL. He was injured a few weeks, 2 weeks ago. He was put on IR. Yeah. He should be possibly activated week 9, but it might be a little longer.
Okay, so did we blow it on the Titans and don't give them enough credit? What do you guys say? We didn't see that coming, I don't think. Did we?
No. I'm not gonna lie. No, I did not. After the loss to the Jets,
right?
I mean, that's the thing that's most confounding about them is they lost to the Jets, and also to be fair too, like Derrick Henry, like the way he's again by regular running back standards, he had a good game, but by his standards, it was a subpar game, and it didn't matter. I mean, he had 86 yards rushing. I mean, this is a guy who's been essentially rushing for like 140 yards and 3 touchdowns a game. He only had 1 touchdown where he threw it. AJ Brown, luckily, AJ Brown looked like he wasn't going to play because of like food poisoning where he couldn't hold down food. And I don't know if you have ever had food poisoning that bad. I don't think I've ever had food poisoning that bad. Like for multiple days, he couldn't hold down through. Comes through, has 133 yards receiving and a touchdown. And, Ryan Tannehill outplayed Patrick Mahomes. So
that doesn't sound good, that food thing. Let's not talk about that, man. Come on. That's kind of rough.
But to at least be fair to kind of what Lugs is saying, it's been also kind of the reoccurring theme with the KC. I don't know exactly what they need to do on offense. Right. It feels like their reliance on Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, like most teams are playing cover 2, so it takes away that vertical shot to Tyreek Hill. And I also think just obviously the whole week Kelce was banged up. I don't know if he's injured or if he's just wearing down. He is, I believe, 31, so maybe he's starting to break down a little bit. They needed the other younger guys to step up, and they haven't. And also, I'm not going to completely kill all the younger guys. Patrick Mahomes, I think, loves too much the big play, and he has to be willing to work that short intermediate. It's kind of this will be the last thing I'll say on this game. It's kind of fascinating. Andy Reid, you go back to his time with the Eagles, even with Alex Smith, in KC. This is like one of the best screen teams. And with Patrick Mahomes, like I said, as great as Patrick Mahomes is, and he is, like that element has completely gone away. And it's just like, and again, I know they don't like to run the ball a lot, but that used to be a part of their running game. And they don't even do that. They just hunt for big plays. And teams are going to take that away. You start have to add wrinkles in to if you're going to take away this, you're going to take away my dominant hand. I have this curve. And it seems like they're just, pitching the fastball.
So I think Eric Bieniemy's stock just went down a little bit, okay? And I'm thinking that he will be the Bears' next head coach. Tossing that out because Andy will get tired of him. What do you guys say? Come on.
I say, considering they hired the OC, usually they don't go in the exact same way. They're not going to hire.
It's due for a flip.
They're not gonna go.
Due for a flip.
Well, I'm not saying they're going to go defense. Hopefully they don't. But hopefully they go for like Brian Daboll for Buffalo.
Somebody who can teach the kid. Teach the kid.
And it's no offense to Bieniemy. I'm not saying Bieniemy wouldn't be good. My main thing is they just took the KC's offensive coordinator. He didn't do anything with them for 4 years. I think they have a bad taste in their mouth with KC. They're gonna have to go away from that.
That's a guy. Forgot about his lineage. You see how far it just kind of went. All right, let's get what else is on the agenda game wise. Anybody else wanna? What else?
I just want to talk about. I know they're still not 500, but you go back to that Monday night game against Baltimore where they should have won. For a team that started 0-3, Colts are slowly inching their way back.
Interesting, aren't they?
Yes, and also Carson Wentz, who started off with that injury in that second week against Rams, like it looked like, oh no, here we go again, Rams. He's played pretty solid, and like he feels like he's getting his confidence. They finally got Jonathan Taylor going. Their defense is playing solid, and it feels like they're starting to get some pieces back. And they play Tennessee next week, so this Tennessee is playing hot. If they beat Tennessee, all of a sudden they're 4-4, and they're back in it.
Lugs, you're out there in the mobile newsroom, and I can already see the smoke coming from your ears, dude, because you're such a Carson Wentz fan. I know that. I know you are.
Well,
here it comes.
At least they benefit from being there. They benefit from being in just the worst. I guess that so they don't have to be great to win that battle. But I do think, hold on to your hats here.
Got it.
I think Tennessee will just rip them a new bazooka. It's gonna be nasty. Because Tennessee, I think they found their rhythm. So, and I'll give it a little bit to Carson Wentz, but you see with Carson Wentz, he has that sort of loose cog that every once in a while kicks in. Now, Frank Reich has gone into that head and readjusted several screws and stuff, and gotten the Frankenstein sort of mellowed out. But I'm sorry, there will come a time when Carson Wentz will just go off. He'll just lose it. So I don't have a lot of faith in him.
I'm not saying he won't, because you're just saying, that's a great generalization. He might have a game where he might cost them. It's that happens to a lot of quarterbacks. But I will say the play the last night to Pittman in that crazy rain last night, that's a big time play. And obviously there's risk in that, but they went after the DB who Fitzpatrick, Drake Fitzpatrick, who was pretty much outside. They recognized him instantaneously. They went at it with Pittman, and he just threw it up, high pointed, because he knows Pittman is going to win a high point. And Pittman high pointed it, and he scored a touchdown, and that was it. Game's over. That was a hard fought game by both teams. They both played well for the most part. Garoppolo made that pick, and like I said, I give credit to Frank Wright and Wentz. They went for the jugular. Pittman made a great play, and that was that. And like I said, Colts, they're still in it.
Who knows?
So.
And Jonathan Taylor Thomas, wasn't he that kid on Home Improvement back in the day? Jonathan Taylor, sorry, mixed it up.
No, you're right. It's Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor is much
JTT?
better than Jonathan Taylor. He's much better than JTT.
All right.
JTTT.
We got that out of the way. What else you got on your mind here? What's going on?
Let's talk a little bit about nine overtimes.
Ah, yes.
Is that crazy or what?
Yes.
I mean, that's just crazy. My take on this is, come on, guys.
What do you say about that, T-Dog? 9 overtimes.
I think it's a bad side for the Penn State that this mediocre Illinois team where Brett Bielema inherited. Again, I love this man, but Lovey was a train wreck at Illinois. He inherited a poor roster from Lovey Smith.
Yep.
And that he beat. I mean, when you look at Penn State's roster, they have some guys who are going to play on Sundays.
Yep.
Dotson is Mel Kiper has projected to be the number 1 wide receiver. They gave up 357 yards rushing to Illinois. They're going to play Michigan here, I believe, next week. I think
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So 2 weeks. So like. If you watch Hassan and Corum for Michigan, good God, what are they going to do to Penn State? I mean, if Illinois, the reanimated corpse of Illinois, as it's coming back to life.
Well, it's Halloween
under
time,
Brett Bielema. If this stage of
it's alive.
This year one Brett Bielema team could run for 357 yards on the Nittany Lions. Good God, what Michigan's going to do to them. That's all I have to say on that.
Well, I think you're avoiding IU, Ohio State. Would you be avoiding that?
No, we can get to that. We didn't hear you. Actually, Jay Boy, you cut out, so I never got to hear what you said about Illinois Penn State. And then we could go on to Indiana.
I think you blew a circuit or something. Go ahead.
I think you said come on, and then it cut out.
Well, that was Penn State. Somebody jammed me on that one. I think at the point where you're going into overtimes, let's shorten that up. Let's just go ahead and give each team a start at the 35-yard line, and let's go for it. Whoever scores first, let's just get it. I mean, come on. So, but good for the Illinois boys. I mean, they haven't been this happy since Red Grange, and that was in the 30s. So,
Galloping Ghost.
You gotta respect that.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Now, do you want to go to Indiana?
But let's go.
Do you want to continue? Do you want to go first? I'll let you go first.
You were eyewitness.
I was eyewitness.
Tell us about it.
So, on the scene reporter, go ahead, my friend.
Take it away.
On the scene reporter, I will say this: they were going to win regardless of if Jack Tuttle stayed in that game. Obviously, Ohio State is a much better team than IU.
You think so?
But yeah, I know that's a
stretch there.
Out on a limb.
Yep, stretch
that
goal.
being said, the first drive IU had, Jake Tuttle marched down the field, threw a touchdown, got injured on said touchdown. He came back for a few plays. He probably should not have come back in. I don't know how he came back in. That's a black mark against the coaching staff. He shouldn't have came back in. I'm just saying this. Ohio State is one of the better teams, but I think when you watch how morbid IU's offense has been at points, for them to march down the field on Ohio State like that, I'm saying there's still an Achilles heel to Ohio State that an actual good team could exploit. Obviously, Indiana is not that good team. But because after he got injured, Devani McCauley got in, and God bless him. If you saw his first two throws, they were 7 yards out of bounds on both throws. And the man can't throw.